My name is Rodrigo Baez. The program's name is U.S. Legal Studies for Diplomats. It's an agreement between the Foreign Affairs Ministry of Mexico and UNM Law School. So each year, Foreign Affairs Ministry will send a diplomat to study U.S. law for a year. And this program also includes an internship at the New Mexico District Court. And the last part of the program, it also includes an internship at the Federal Public Defender's Office. In Mexico, also constitutionally, it is the same. You have to be proved guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Well, I think that the main difference between both systems is that in Mexico, the role of the judge is more active on trial. In the U.S. legal system, the judge will just regulate the process while the defense and the prosecutor are presenting evidence. In Mexico, we don't have a jury. It's the judge who will weigh the evidence and impose a sentence and the judgment. And here in the U.S. legal system, it's the jury who will determine the guilty or innocence of the defendant. What I heard is like sometimes immigration lawyers tend to charge the client with a lot of money and knowing in advance that they will not be able to help them in the way they would like to be helped. And sometimes they offer them that they would solve the problem and they would stay in the U.S. and this is not going to happen, and they know it in advance, and the client is deported to Mexico, and of course they will never have contact with them again. And in some cases, these Mexicans were not, their rights were not respected. In many cases, their declarations were taken not properly, or without a translation in Spanish. In some cases, they had mental health issues and they were not treated as that in court. They were just treated as any other defendant. So the consulate has to make sure that any of these circumstances are happening in the case of the Mexicans caught in jail. The UNM legal program for diplomats is very helpful in this matter. As I said, it's really complete. It's not just being in the classroom, but actually practicing law at the court and at the public defender's office. So this prepare the consular office or the diplomat to assist Mexicans in their legal problems in a much better way. I was surprised to find the city so interesting, so attractive. I never heard of Albuquerque before. So when I was told that I was coming to Albuquerque, I didn't know what to think or what would I be facing. But as I started to know the city, I really liked it, and it's a very interesting culture, and the history of the whole state of New Mexico is very linked, of course, to the history of Mexico, and I like to know that and to see it. I think that, of course, the press, the media sometimes present an image of Mexico that is not very accurate, or it could be a generalization, which is not what is happening in Mexico. Of course, there are some areas where the crime, where the cartels have a very strong presence, but this is not a generalized situation in Mexico. And we are very, very far from being a unlawful state or a failed state. In Mexico, there is law enforcement, and we are fighting these cartels. And sometimes the image is just missed. I think that the border itself has a very unique life, and it has to be addressed with a specific tools. You cannot separate it as black and white, as everything is good on the one side of the border and everything is bad on the other side. The border itself has a uniqueness that has to be addressed with instruments that need to be worked together with both governments.